Okay, here we are, lesson 5.5, comparing linear and nonlinear functions. So when we're talking about the graph of a linear function, we know that it shows a constant rate of change. However, a nonlinear function does not have a constant rate of change, so it's not a line. So that should be pretty easy to pick out when we're comparing the graphs. But what about from the tables? So if we're looking at the example from the book, and we want to know if it's linear or nonlinear, we simply look at the change in x, look at the change in y. We know that the rate of change is the change of y over the change of x, like we're looking at the slope. And it says as x is increasing by 3, y decreases by 8, so the rate of change is constant and it's linear. Over here in part B, it says that as x is increasing by 2, y increases by different amounts. So therefore it's not constant, and then it's not linear. So let's do some examples. Okay, so what's happening here? We see it's increasing by 7, increasing by 7, increasing by 7. Here it is decreasing by 5, decreasing by 5, and decreasing by 5. Okay, so as x increases by 7, y is decreasing by 5. Therefore, constant rate of change, and it is linear. Okay, looking at 2. It's going up by 2, by 2, by 2. This is going down by 4, by 4, and by 4. So as x increases by 2, y decreases by 4. So constant rate of change. And again, linear. Looking at 3, is this the graph of a line? No. Non-linear. Remember, a line wouldn't change directions. It would be one straight line. Getting ready to clear. Here we go. We're going to skip this for now. All right. Does the equation represent linear or nonlinear? When we're doing this, just want to make a note here that what you'll want to look for is if you can write it in. So right, and that is y equals mx plus b. The one thing to note is that in slope-intercept form, the exponent is always 1, right? We call that a first degree linear equation. All right, so look at that, slope-intercept form, therefore it is linear. Okay, here, just because they put the x with the 4, it could easily be y is equal to 4 over 3 times x, right, plus 0. It's a proportional relationship, but it is linear. The x is in the numerator, has an exponent of 1. Things you need to be cautious of when x is in the denominator. When x is in the denominator, it's an inverse function, not linear. All right, over here, even if we rearrange it, even if we say this is equal to negative x squared plus 1, the red flag is right here with this exponent of 2. Slope-intercept form has an exponent of 1. Therefore, this one we would say is nonlinear. Yeah. The exponent of x must be 1 in order for it to be slope-intercept form. Getting ready to clear, and we are almost done. In fact, that is it. So we are at the vocabulary and concept check. Go ahead and give your best answer and pick the one that you want to describe in the description. And then always know that change is the result of all true learning. But if you have any questions, please let me know. All right. That is all for lesson 5.5.